Morning, class. Today's subject is a bit more on the shorter end. Also, a pretty good example of an SCP that's just a bit more out there. I'll cut the chatter, however, and we'll get right into this, as I think you all have much better things to do today. Some of the other lecturers have tests for you all, so I figured I'd give something a little bit more light-hearted, if you will. So, get your readers out and follow along if you wish. Now, let's get into it. Item number SCP-6802. Object class is Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-6802 is to be contained in a standard animal containment cell, and be provided standard grade dog kibble at least twice a day. SCP-6802 may be provided with a low sodium broth as a reward for good behavior. Once a month, a trained pet groomer should trim SCP-6802's fur and claws, with the assistance of a handler. Upon entering a seeking state, a junior researcher is assigned to accompany SCP-6802. If no staff are on call for SCP-6802's seeking state, the nearest willing staff member on site is asked to fulfill the role. During a seeking state, SCP-6802 has access to much of the site, including public dormitories, cafeteria, and the kitchen. A full list is available in Document 6802-B. Caches of 300-liter barrels should be placed around Site 18 in safe areas. For enrichment purposes, they should be shuffled regularly. Description: SCP-6802 is a large dog, most closely resembling a golden retriever. It wears a green harness and attached leash, which is superficially similar to those of service dogs used by handicapped individuals. Proclaiming 6802 to be a soup dog. Research has shown no division has been ever classified by the Americans with Disabilities Act, Britain's Equality Act of 2010, New Zealand's Dog Control Act of 1996, or any such political body. While the harness may be removed by traditional means, this appears to cause 6802 emotional distress and has been forbidden outside of testing. SCP-6802 behaves like a non-anomalous dog until it enters a seeking state, which occurs randomly and approximately 3 times to 4 times a week. During a seeking state, SCP-6802 seems to be in a state of considerable distress, often pacing, whining, and barking for attention. Upon viewing SCP-6802, individuals will universally perceive it as wanting soup. The individual will attempt to take hold of SCP-6802's leash and walk it around to find soup, prioritizing the safety of SCP-6802, themselves, and obtaining soup in that order. The seeking state will continue until it locates soup in a form and temperature that is consumable. Upon finding soup, SCP-6802 will begin forcefully inhaling it at intake speeds of up to 100 liters a second, approximately the rate of an average commercial fire hose. Upon consuming the soup, SCP-6802 will re-enter a seeking state, continuing until it has inhaled a total of approximately 120 liters of soup. At this point, it will return to normal behavior, and then can be escorted back to its cell. If left in a seeking state, SCP-6802's need for soup will increase over time, eventually attempting containment breaches to obtain said soup. The strength with which observers are compelled to help it also increases, eventually leading to SCP-6802 becoming a Class 4 memetic hazard after approximately 3 hours of an unintended seeking state. And finally, after a battery of tests, SCP-6802's favorite soup was confirmed to be Campbell's Classic Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup. Call me a basic bitch, but honestly, I kinda prefer the regular noodle soup. I don't really need much else in it. Alright, so that's the entire file. It's really that short. It's a relatively simple one, just a dog who likes soup and needs to eat it often. Seems for every dangerous skip we get, we also just get one of these. And also, for homework, just read the file again in your own time. Write down some potential routes the researchers could go down while learning over this thing. I don't really have much for you all today. That's honestly it, so you're all free to go. Class dismissed. Enjoy the rest of your day before you have your tests. Those are going to be fun. Hey guys, this is Doc here. I'm doing a little bit of an overview for this SCP because I want to get this video a bit longer than it is now. So it's a bit of a shameless inflation of the video size, so forgive me for that. But overall, SCP-6802, I rather enjoy it. It is a very wacky, zany little piece that I quite enjoy. When I first read this, I was like, fuck, I have to read this for the channel. So, yeah, overall, I'd say give this a solid 8 out of 10. It has some issues, I have noticed. There are some spelling mistakes, and a little bit more lax with the actual way SCP files are usually written. But besides that, I do rather enjoy this. The file is, of course, in the description down below, so go ahead and read it there, give it a rating, and yeah, just enjoy this one on your own if you want to. But overall, 8 out of 10, I loved it. And I also have some bloopers, because some of the grammar mistakes this actually caused me to fuck up a bit. So you'll see those in the bloopers in about like a few seconds from now. So enjoy those. Have a nice night. Doc out. Caches of 300 did I say litter? Uh, little mistake here in the actual file. It says litter instead of liter. That's interesting. Caches of 300-liter barrels should be placed appropriately around SCP-18. SCP, not the site? Yeah, just put it in the SCP, why don't we? Viciously similar to those of a service dog worn by handicapped individuals. Worn by? Did I say worn by? Yeah, every handicapped person wears a service dog. That's how this works. Description. SCP-6802 is a large dog. Most closely? Jesus, fuck. SCP-6802 behaves like a non-anomal. Upon consuming the soup, SCP-6802 will re-enter a seeking state, continuing until it has inhaled a total of approximately... Can you use total and then approximately, like, back to back like that? I don't know if that's grammatically accurate.